A customer takes the keys, puts the car in drive, and pulls off the dealer lot. This retail transaction represents the conclusion of a consumer journey, but it accounts for only a fraction of the total economic activity required to place that vehicle on the lot. Behind the finished product lies a universe of industrial transactions. The steel frame, the microchips, the molded plastics, and the robotic systems that assembled them were each negotiated, sold, and delivered long before the driver ever saw the car. This is the business-to-business market, a network of over 13 million organizations. When measured in dollars, the market for organizational goods and services exceeds $3 trillion annually, making it 4 times larger than the consumer market. A manufacturer can sell the exact same computer to a teenager or a Fortune 500 company. The marketing approach is determined by the intended buyer and how they plan to use the product within their own operations. Because a business purchase is meant to facilitate production or maintain daily operations, marketers cannot rely on mass-market retail tactics. Navigating this sector requires a technical understanding of how a product fits into a customer's complex, highly structured network. Business demand is derived, meaning it is entirely dependent on downstream consumer purchasing. If retail sales of a soft drink increase, that pulse travels up the supply chain, triggering the need for a manufacturer to order more raw plastic resin. This creates inelastic demand in the short term. If a supplier cuts the price of their headlights, a car manufacturer will not buy more units to stock up. A vehicle requires exactly 2 headlights, and until consumers buy more cars, a price drop at the industrial level cannot stimulate new demand. However, small shifts in consumer behavior cause a multiplier effect. A 5% increase in air travel can force airlines to expand their entire fleet, resulting in a disproportionate spike in orders for new aircraft and capital equipment. This demand is often joint, where the need for one item is tied to the availability of another. A manufacturer cannot buy hammerheads if their supplier of wooden handles fails to deliver. If one component is missing, the demand for all related parts stops. Because of these mechanics, B2B demand is a reactive, interdependent system. Marketers in this space must study macroeconomic trends to anticipate the needs of their customers' customers. The B2B market consists of far fewer buyers than the consumer market, but those individual buyers purchase in significantly larger quantities. A single contract for industrial tires can represent hundreds of thousands of units. These buyers are also geographically concentrated. While retail consumers are found everywhere, over half of U.S. business buying power is located in just 7 states, centered around specific manufacturing hubs. Purchasing at this scale is managed by a buying center. These are committees of technical experts and certified purchasing managers who evaluate every transaction through a multi-phase process of formal approval. The priorities of these committees are strictly rational. While a consumer might choose a computer based on brand status, a business user evaluates the same hardware based on its capital value and its ability to increase office efficiency. To reach these influencers, marketers prioritize personal selling and long-term relationship management over traditional advertising. They must navigate complex negotiations that can last months, often involving reciprocity, where companies choose to buy from firms that also purchase from them. Success in a B2B sale is an exercise in risk mitigation. A seller must convince a professional committee that their product will integrate flawlessly into an existing operation, providing technical reliability rather than appealing to impulse. Marketing strategy is further dictated by how a product is classified. Whether a good is categorized as major equipment, a process material, or a maintenance supply changes how it is priced and distributed. Major equipment, such as an aircraft assembly line, requires direct distribution. These are inelastic, high-cost purchases that demand close, long-term cooperation between the buyer and seller on technical specifications. Component parts are sold directly to original equipment manufacturers, or OEMs, to become part of a final consumer good. For these products, consistent quality and precise delivery schedules are the primary marketing advantages. Beyond commercial firms, governmental organizations represent a $2.1 trillion market. Procurement here is done on a bid basis, where the government specifies exact requirements and typically accepts the lowest bid that meets those standards. Properly identifying the type of organizational customer and the category of the good is the first step in designing a functional pricing and distribution strategy. A business marketer must constantly monitor this architecture, looking for points of friction within the supply chain. They are managing an environment where a delay at a raw materials node can stop production for an OEM thousands of miles away. The goal of this planning is to achieve synergy. This occurs when product, price, promotion, and distribution align so precisely with the customer's operational needs that the impact of the total strategy is greater than the sum of its parts. These integrated chains require buyers and sellers to share sensitive data and align production schedules over years of cooperation. Because a single breakdown in this trust can halt entire industrial sectors, these partnerships depend on sustained reliability and transparent business ethics. Business marketing provides the logistical framework for global production. Success in this field requires moving beyond the individual product to master the interconnected networks that physically assemble the modern world.